Thank you. Back to the big story on Varney and Company. California's Governor Jerry Brown, he wants residents to vote in favor of paying $12 billion more in taxes. That's after cutting about $12 billion from the budget. Republican Assemblyman Tim Donnelly live with us from Sacramento, California. All right, Tim, I know you're the shredder. You're the guy who put the budget into the shredding machine. I think we know what you think about these tax increases. Got it. But in the summer of this year, Californians are going to vote yes or no on those proposed tax increases. I say they'll vote for tax increases. What do you say?
Good morning, Stuart. You know what? I walk door to door to at least 1,000 households in the between the primary and the general election, and I guarantee you this thing is going to go down 2 to 1.
Well,
the last time we put taxes on the budget.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. Now, Tim, in November of last year, that's 2 months ago, Californians voted solidly Democrat at all levels of the elections taking place in California. Are they now going to say, no tax increases, the budget cuts, they're fine, we don't want tax increases? I don't think so. They're going to say, yeah, tax the rich, tax the people who've got the money. Surely that's what they're going to say.
No, I don't agree at all. I think if you look at the results of the election, look at the initiatives. Everything that had anything to do with taxes or increasing taxes went down. We got Prop 26, which says that we need a 2/3 majority in order to raise taxes. I think the voters are rejecting the Democrats' plan because the Democrats have been in control for, what, 15, 17 years here? They're the ones who got us here. They're the ones who have brought us to the brink of bankruptcy in California. So what the people want is some common sense in government, and that's why we shredded parts of the governor's budget, because we have way too much government here.
Look, I'm with you all the way, but let's suppose you are right. Let's suppose that these tax increases are voted down and Governor Brown does not get the $12 billion tax hike that he wants. Then you're left in a situation with you either cut that $12 billion more from the budget, or, more likely, you go to Washington for a bailout.
No, you know what? There's one other option here. How about we get this great engine of growth, the California economy, revving again at top speed? All he has to do is get some of these regulations out of the way. Let me give you one specific, because the governor actually asked us as Republicans to offer a specific. Take AB 32, which the governor has the power to suspend. That's our global warming cap and trade program out here. That thing is going to cost us potentially 1 million jobs. When you have 1 million jobs in the crosshairs, that's something that the governor needs to take very seriously, and he has the power to stop and save 1 million jobs.
But didn't those same California voters in November vote to keep the global warming, that green initiative, keep it in place?
Stuart, you and I are both practical people. The campaign was a disaster for Prop 23 because the businesses that should have supported it didn't, because they were afraid of being targeted by that agency. And they're forced. Let me give you an example of one company in my district that's paying $230 million to that agency just for the implementation of AB 32. So they're essentially being asked to fund their executioner. How many jobs could we create with $230 million?
Wait a second. I want to hear this. You've got a company in the district that you represent in California, and it's paying $232 million in 1 year to implement the provisions of this green energy law in California? You want to explain that?
Yes.
That's huge.
They are being sent a bill. It's called the AB 32 implementation fee. They are being sent a bill for over $230 million in order to comply. That's their cost. That's the fee associated with this agency. This agency has a budget of $652 million, but its tentacles go everywhere. They are annihilating. They've basically put businesses in the crosshairs, and they are turning jobs and businesses into an endangered species here in California, all in the name of protecting the environment.
I'm with you. What struck me is the size of that number, $232 million. You don't have to name the company, but it's got to be a huge company, a big employer, a big operator in California. It's got to be. It can't be some mom and pop.
No, it's a huge company, and they're trying to create more jobs because they can't even keep up with demand for their product. And so instead of being able to grow, instead of having the freedom, the liberty to actually pursue happiness and be an American company in a sense, these guys are being asked to fund the people that want to put them out of business. Instead of, they could create 4 or 5 jobs with that $230 million. Or they could grow and expand.
Tim Donnelly, we always like your input, shredder or otherwise, and we want you to come back and see us again. Tim Donnelly, thank you very much, sir. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Stuart.